are going to start today with a little bit of worship video. We're going to add in a clip here. Feel free to stand up and sing and dance along for Jesus. And you can also click the link in the description below where you can watch the full worship video. Nice job singing and dancing for Jesus. Now we're going to go ahead and pray, and then we'll get into our Bible story. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you've given us. Thank you for the kids that are watching online. Thank you for technology that we are able to gather this way. Just continue to be with us, continue to love us, and let us feel your love. We are just grateful for this good weather that we've had recently. And we are thankful for you. It's in your name that I pray. Amen. Okay, guys. Last week, whenever we got together, we started talking about Jesus and getting to know Jesus a little bit better. And we were talking about 7 times that he used the I am statement. And last time, we talked about Jesus being the bread of life, how he can supply all of our physical needs and all of our spiritual needs. And today, we're going to talk about another I am statement. Lucas is going to read for us part of the Gospel of John, and as he reads, try to think about what do you think the I am statement is that Jesus is going to make this time.
So John chapter 1, verses 1 through 5. In the beginning the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God, and God created everything through him, and nothing was created except through him. The Word gave life to everything that was created, and his life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it.
Do you have any guesses? What do you think Jesus' I am statement is? Jesus' I am statement this week is, I am the light of the world. And now we're going to read a little bit more in the Gospel of John where Jesus actually tells this to his followers.
John chapter 8, verse 12. Jesus spoke to the people once more and said, I am the light of the world. If you follow me, you won't have to walk in darkness, because you will have the light that leads to life.
Sometimes it helps us to better understand a Bible story whenever we can take a step back and kind of look at the bigger picture. So that's what we're going to do now. We know that Jesus was a Jew, and the Jewish people had a lot of different traditions and things that they celebrated together, just like how we celebrate things. We celebrate Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving, and we have different traditions for each holiday. And the Jewish people had this one tradition that was called the Feast of Booths, and sometimes it's called the Feast of Tabernacles. And there would be a lot of people gathered together for this, and they would all gather together in Jerusalem. And Jesus was going to be attending this as well. So at the Feast of Booths, or Tabernacles, there were a bunch of tents all over the place. And it was an 8-day celebration where everybody joined together and they remembered how God was always there for them. They thought back to the time where God brought his people out of Egypt. And they remembered how he led his people out in a pillar of a cloud in the daytime, and at nighttime it was a pillar of fire, and God was their light. He was lighting the way for them. This particular time, Jesus was coming to the Feast of Booths right at the end of the celebration. At this Feast of Booths, there would be these towers of light. It would light up the whole area, and everyone was cleaning up, and they were shutting down all of these big towers of light. Then Jesus comes in, and he shares with his followers his next I am statement. He says that he is the light of the world. This was huge news for them because they were just reflecting and celebrating on how God was their light, bringing them out of Egypt. And they were remembering that and praising him for that. And now they're seeing Jesus as the light of the world. As they were shutting down all the lights for the Feast of the Booths, you can imagine everything started to get really dark. And whenever Jesus said that he was the light of the world, it also reminded them that even though there are dark things in this world, Jesus is always our light.
There's absolutely no sin or darkness in God. And that is why when we're walking in darkness, we can't be walking with the Father. So if we put our trust in Jesus and choose to walk in the light with him, he can cleanse us from all of our unrighteousness. That's why it's so important to seek Jesus, for he is the light of the world. And we look forward to being with you guys next week as well. Bye.